Welcome to Inside the Firm, a podcast dedicated to small business owners and hosted by entrepreneurs, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko. Each week, they take you on their journey of how to start, run, and grow a business by bringing you inside their architecture and real estate development firm. Get a behind-the-scenes tour of how these business leaders manage their clients and foster company culture while creating new and innovative projects. And now your hosts, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko.
Al Gore.
Yeah,
That's all I got today.
That's fine. I'm just laughing because you derided me for my intros, and your intros are like maybe slightly better.
I don't even think they're better.
I don't even think so either. So that's why, like, every time I watch,
I think they're worse.
Yeah. I got something that's better than where you normally get Revit furniture and content.
Where's that?
BIM Smith.
Wow. News to me.
It's like leveling up, and guess what? They don't disappoint, just like your intro disappointed.
Absolutely. What a horrible intro.
So go check them out. It's bimsmith.com. They have a bunch of great things, everything from components to whole wall systems to a place where you can store, log in, have your projects in groups and folders. You can get specs. You can get specs. You can even get AutoCAD. I don't know why, because AutoCAD is junk.
Some people are still using AutoCAD.
It's like
Here we are.
I like to light a fire. Like, AutoCAD is junk. Do I mean it? Yes. Should I say it? I don't mean it's actually junk. I just mean that you should be in Revit.
You should be in Revit. A couple of designers that we coordinate and work with are still in AutoCAD, and it shows. And it's been frustrating a few of our employees because they're like, man, they just can't. They don't think in 3D as a result, and I think that's true.
Yes,
I think that we try to like. It's not second nature. It's second nature for our firm to think in 3D.
Well,
we're just there.
And I understand their argument that they say, hey, it costs a lot. It costs a lot. I can't afford it. And I understand that more than you know, because I just paid thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and thousands renewing subscriptions for our firm. So I know the pain of that. I just think it's almost malpractice to be drawing in 2D lines and not having things coordinated like AutoCAD. So that's where I'm coming from. That was a sidetrack.
Yes, it was.
So anyways, let's talk about architecture and design.
Is that what we're here to talk about, Al?
Yes. Yes. Okay. I was in a meeting for a development. Its code name is P5.
P5.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Stay alive.
And we're just working on the exteriors, Lance.
Still.
Yep, on the exteriors. Well, we've been focused on the interiors a lot, but now working on the...
Are you done designing it, honestly?
No.
Oh, my good Lord.
But anyways, I kind of stepped back to the back of the table. Jason was up at the front. He had it projected. He was doing things on the fly while they had their staff there. It was the developer, the contractor, and then like another guy that kind of helps out. And we're talking about the top and how the top wasn't working and kind of stuck. I go, well, maybe it's not the top. Maybe if we change something else, the top will kind of solve itself. So we have these balconies, and we have metal railings on these balconies. And I say, change those all to glass, because the top was it was too busy. And I go, well, maybe it's not just like if you make something else simpler, maybe that won't be too busy up top. To change it all to glass. And the developer said, no, that'll cost too much. Don't even show me it. It will cost too much. And I go, Jason, just humor me. Do it. And you know everyone I'm talking about, so you know their personalities. So he obviously did it. And the developer's like, damn, that looks good. Too bad we can't afford it. And he has a contractor in on the meeting. That's part of his firm. So I go, I'll call him Ben. I go, Ben, how much is that going to cost us? I go, let's understand. He gets on the phone. He starts figuring it out. It's only like a 25% upgrade. And then the owner goes, that's worth it then.
Nice.
So then we got glass balconies.
Wow. That's a victory. That's like a design victory. Look at you telling us about it in real time. I love it.
Yeah. So and what I like the lesson is like to broaden your perspective. And sometimes people can get focused on the wrong thing. And then a lot of times, so then, I redid the focus onto something different. And then just ask the hard questions, like how much does it really, really cost? Because the developer was saying like handrails are only $55 a lineal foot. And the contractor was like, yeah, 10 years ago. He's like, no, I just finished P5. It's like, you finished P5 like 7 years ago. Like costs have went up since then.
What?
Yeah.
55.
Yeah.
What?
So the developer was like, I guess I haven't been in your shoes more than I thought. He's like, I'm bad with time. I think everything happened like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So
and he was to be like, he's been doing a lot of those costs came in, like you could name your price if you had money, because it was during the Great Recession. Like, well, come on, get out of here.
I go, I don't want to use his name, but you know who I'm talking about. I go, I bet you locked them in at a low price like you did architecture.
What did he say?
He just laughed.
That's hilarious.
But it was a different time because everything was bid during the recession.
Oh,
so
yeah, man. If you can, I know we've said it before, but if you can time your life and business around having cash during a recession, you are just in the driver's seat for so many things.
And if somehow you can time it where you're selling it when it came out of the recession, like that was as well time played as you could do. Like
that development.
Yeah.
He could have. Good for him, honestly. Just I'm jealous. I mean, I'm not anymore because we're doing our own thing. Hopefully, if we sell it. But geez,
he could have held on them to a little bit more, but the cost of money is too high, so it was probably, just fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my design talk.
That's awesome. Now it's up for me, huh? What's new developments? What's going on? We're thinking about AstroTurf, that's for sure. Why are we thinking about AstroTurf? So we have, this is a quick development update. It's been busy. We have been fighting the rain for the last 2 weeks, but it is sunny outside. I am happy. We're actually building a tiny house on site too. I'm pretty pumped about that. Al Gore is going to be out there, and Alex Gresh are going to be out there from the firm doing stuff. I've got all kinds of boring crap for them to do, like move some materials around, and then we're all gonna get together, and hopefully by the end of the day, we should have, by the time we get out there at 4 p.m., all 4 walls ready to stand, and maybe the roof to put on. Like, it's that quick. Ross is blown away. Ross is out there right now building it.
Yep.
The tiny house. It came in this awesome kit of parts. It's sick. You got to see how Ross was like, I feel like I'm cheating. I'm like, yeah, that's the point. What's the point of doing all the coordination up front? And here's how we did the coordination up front. We used Revit.
Yep.
And then they used SketchUp, and then we coordinated together. Everything, it is about as prefabricated of a system as you can get. I'm so pumped about it. And I think we're going to be able to seriously launch a pure tiny house build website company out of this to do things at an affordable rate, and we're just going to keep cranking them out.
Yeah.
Keep cranking them out.
I think I got another inquiry about it. I think I have two tiny houses on the hook.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great. So going back to the development, on the roof, we're going to add AstroTurf. And I remember we thought about this idea maybe a year and a half ago. And I don't know how we forgot about it. Because once you brought it up again, I was like, yes, let's do that.
So the issue is that these pavers that Al first wanted, and I did too, they're great. They're 2 inches thick. They're commercial grade level, but they are way too expensive.
Yes.
And to the point where it's like 5 times of what we could maybe afford.
Yes.
So then we started looking at some sort of generic. They're not generic. They're just they're a lot more thin profile. We have some samples in the office. They're maybe like a 1/4 inch thick. They actually will work, but then we were like, man, what if we just go to AstroTurf? Like, isn't that what we're making? We're making up yards, so shouldn't it be grass up there? So now we're going to do AstroTurf.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
I might even redo the top rendering just so our agent can show people, like, this is what...
She thinks it's a horrible idea. But.
Oh, does she? Really? I got to ask my wife.
You should ask your wife and see what she says. Yeah, she's on the fence about it. Simply because... She just thinks, she thinks we're crazy. I mean, she thinks, like, why do you guys have to do everything so different? I'm like, I don't know. We just have to do everything very different.
Yeah. Well, the other idea that you told...
That's where the artist comes in, right? We're not always pragmatic.
Yeah. You just asked me right before this, do I want exposed orange sprinkler systems in our commercial 2-story space? Yes.
No hesitation.
Of course I do.
Yeah.
Why would I not want that?
Why would you not want that? Yeah. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So it's been good. So now this whole summer, what Lance has decided to do is, and this is some quick advice for everybody. If you're going to come to, if you haven't, maybe you're not dumb like me. Maybe you're smarter than me. You probably are. Is you should come to the conclusion that That's a full-time job. You just got to be out on site constantly. There's no way around it. The only time Lance is coming back inside the firm is literally to do inside the firm, and that's it. Other than that, the whole summer will just be 99% of the time. I got to be out there running around doing stuff. Yep. There's just too many things happening at once. All
Especially
the electrical.
With the new tiny house build too.
Yep, it'll be super helpful. I got the boys out there. So know that if you take the design build route, that you really, really have to you got to somehow break away, and there's got to be a clean break. So I'm not taking on any more architecture inquiries. Clients are just going to get passed on to Al. I actually sent you somebody yesterday, but I don't know if she called you or not.
Yep.
It's Katie Hoffman.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she wants to build a house. Yeah, old high school friend.
Is she up in
Shout
ND?
out if she listens. Yep.
Oh, cool. That'll be super fun.
Yeah.
Here's a couple questions. Let's talk about a real inside the firm issue. So you're going to really just cut off new inquiries, stuff like that. I'm still rolling with this, and we have some big projects, and your guys are kind of set up.
Unless it's the kind we specialize, like unless it's a category of stuff that I specialize in, which would be like the group homes. Homes. I'm probably not going to put that on your plate. I'll still make time for a meeting.
You can throw townhomes over.
But townhomes, townhomes. Al is the expert on townhomes, so.
Pretend to be. I'll be out for 3 weeks this summer, as you know.
I don't know that, but now he's telling me that.
Well, I'm having a kid. You know I'm
obviously... yeah. There's a baby coming.
Having a baby.
Yep.
And the only thing I'm thinking about, too, is like, okay, there's time I can do stuff. And 3 weeks maybe isn't as long as you think. And everyone might be booked during those 3 weeks, so it doesn't even matter. They might be rolling. But I'm wondering if it's time to implement, like, hey, guys, here's an example contract. I might send you, like...
because of that.
But literally just, like, as a test, it might be... Because it doesn't have that much risk if we don't get it. Here's someone who wants to do a house. Here's the price range Lance and I normally run in. Here, you fill out this thing, you meet with them, and then you send it to them the next day. See what happens.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should see who's up. Let's talk about it at lunch today, at F9 lunch.
Great.
Let's just talk about, and here's the way we could talk about it is, my suggestion would be that we would just ask the guys, which one of you is comfortable, which one of one or two or three, or who's comfortable doing this if we send you out on a sales meeting?
Yeah.
And then, whoever raised their hand, whatever, then let's set up a mock interview. So, like, they'll come, you and I will pretend like we're the clients.
Yep.
And ask them the questions, and they can come with the proposal and like, rehearse it that way.
Yep. And here's what I almost hope that it is, too. If everyone's interested, it's whatever the project type is, we give that to the person who's doing that project type. But a lot of people are doing a lot of different stuff. So, like, almost everyone can do multifamily now.
Yeah.
Almost everyone can do single family.
Almost everybody can do almost everything. Yeah. Different kinds of
There's
typology.
one of our guys that's more heavily...
I wouldn't have him do the group home thing. I think that's just a special animal. Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah, and I think still be in for that. Like,
it's a great discussion point. Maybe they're ready. Maybe they're ready to rock. Yeah. You'll be out.
Cool. Another thing, I just have an endorsement.
Whoa.
You meditated or still do?
Nope. Need to. And so I got the Sam Harris app. You think that he's not he puts you to sleep. Low T.
Yeah.
That's how I describe Sam Harris.
Yeah. Anyways, waking up with Sam Harris.
What is it? It's an app?
It's an app.
He has his own app.
His own meditation app.
Interesting.
Yep. It costs like, I don't know, $9 a month or something like that. Waking up with Sam Harris. I like it, and I've seen results.
Do you like him? Because you're endorsing him.
I do like him. I do get where, like, if you're not in the right mood, he is a little dry talking. But I do like him.
Al's being nice.
No, I like him. I like him for sure. Okay. But I really suggest his Waking Up with Sam Harris app because...
When did you start this?
2 months ago.
Wow.
2 months ago.
And you've been doing it every morning?
Almost trying. Yes, but not on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you probably noticed me leveling up. Like, that's why you're like, oh, man, this guy. Next level.
Yeah.
But I used to do the one that you did. Do you remember which one we had like a year and a half ago?
I would have to look it up. I can't remember which one it
if
is.
you have it anyways. And that one's good. I like that. But I like the Sam Harris one even more. So all I'm saying is that if anyone was thinking about it, that's the app that I've tried. I've tried 2 of them, and I would recommend this one.
Yeah.
Right? So that's cool.
So it's him, obviously, walking you through meditation exercises.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep.
How much was it?
I think $9 a month or something.
Oh.
It's $7 a month. I don't know. Maybe $5 a month.
Yeah.
Some subscription, something.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the other thing, I just as like, hey, I'm doing this, I might as well put this out there. I went to TEDTalks.com, and you can sign in, and then I bookmarked like 20 ones to watch because they're only like 10 to 20 minutes, and then like Saturday or Sunday night, like I'm just gonna hit play, just watch TED
Oh,
Talks.
you're following my wife's lead.
Is that what she does?
That's all she does is watch TED Talks.
Funny
Anymore. Besides Saturday night movie night, date night.
Yeah.
Yeah, TED Talks, nonstop TED Talks.
Well, I think you have an equally powerful suggestion in your genre of how you pick movies.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If you're running out of movies to watch, modern movies really bug me. Like I just don't think they make them like they used to be, right? And maybe I'm just an old curmudgeon.
Me and Annie are acknowledging we're just getting old. Like
that's probably what it is, right?
Yeah.
So we've been on a kick where we will pick a famous actor and we watch their movies that occurred in the 80s or the 90s. And so like Tom Cruise, right? So we did Tom Cruise trifecta.
You could go Tom Cruise for decades.
You could go decade by decade and do his best 3, right? So the ones we picked were Top Gun, Risky Business, and Cocktails, and they were all fantastic.
Have you done Arnold?
We haven't done Arnold. We don't want. They have to be funny.
No, but you don't have to do his Terminators. You can do the one with the shorty. Kindergarten
We could
Cop.
do Kindergarten Cop. We could do Twins.
Twins, thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's another one. But
what's
like
the
those
one?
are two.
Well, what's the one he gets pregnant? Remember that? He has a baby.
He has a baby.
He has a baby.
What's the
He's
one
ahead of
where-
his time?
And I would say the one where he flies the Harrier. He's a CIA
hell is that
agent.
called?
He's
Yeah.
a CIA agent. Remember that one where they're gonna blow up Miami or something?
Yeah.
That's a good one too. Like, yeah, I know it's not. It's kind of funny. I think it's kind of funny.
What the hell? Now I got to look it up. Arnold Schwarzenegger has a baby. Junior.
Yeah.
Maybe
Dude,
that's what it is.
there's plenty in his repertoire.
Yes, it's Junior. Oh my Lord, I have to watch that. That is hilarious. But it's 1994. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I've got those. So anyway, that's my suggestion for everybody, extracurricular wise.
Pick an actor.
Pick an actor.
Pick the 80s. Go.
80s or 90s. Yep.
Who's the other one? Ghost. That guy.
Oh yeah, we did Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Roundhouse.
Yep. We did that. Roadhouse. So we did Roadhouse. We did Ghost. And then and Ghost was the worst. Ghost out of all 3. It was not good. It was not good in hindsight. So we did Ghost, we did Roadhouse, and Dirty Dancing. Dirty Dancing was the second best, actually.
Yeah.
The best was Roadhouse. My wife was was
have
like, "Why do you like this?" I was like, "It's a redneck classic."
She's redneck. Everything you need to know about life. Roadhouse. This one isn't funny, but let's say you're running out of things. I would suggest Kevin Costner movies.
Oh, that's pretty genius. Yeah.
He's good too.
Yeah. Postman, Dancing with the Wolves.
Yep. Dancing. Wow. So now let's go to someone else that peaked in the 80s. Our friend Nick with Nick Reads.
Hello, best friends. I hope you all had a great week this week. A big reading. Architecture is the complex art of killing multiple birds with a single stone, creating the maximum impact with the minimum means. In the design process, when we search for the right idea, the final design, we sometimes privilege program, sometimes logistics, sometimes structure, sometimes context. Often the concern for one issue can overshadow another. The process is a quest for the eureka moment, when everything suddenly clicks into place. B.R.K. Ingalls. Hot to cold. Lance. 1 week. I have been slapping concrete walls just to prepare my hand for all the high fives. And just for my best friends, a free hug to anyone who says, "Shut up, Al." It's the inside the firm secret handshake. Alexa, play my favorite song. Toodles.
What do you think his favorite song is?
The theme to Bodyguard.
1 week. So what?
It's
Nick?
Whitney Houston. Yeah. Anyways, you wanted more Bjarkingles. You got it. And I bet you he's actually slapping concrete walls. So
Absolutely.
I would take him. Yeah.
Absolutely. Nick has been out in the field. He's been texting us and showing us all that he was putting in a sill pan or a negative reveal at the bottom, which is awesome. At the bottom of some walls, he's working on a house he's building, designed and built. Nick is the man. What he's referring to in a week is Vegas. So Inside the Firm will be in Las Vegas. I'm pretty pumped about that. And one thing, are you playing that? Are you playing it?
I was trying to find.
Don't play it.
No, I want to know the name of the theme to Bodyguard.
So I forgot to tell you that somebody took me up on our suggestion to reach out and schedule themselves to be on Inside the Firm. So I will be speaking with Lucas Reams and his wife, probably separately, Arlen Reams. So they are... They own a small business, small firms. I believe his wife is, let's see here. I think
Interior
she's
designer.
interior, yeah. Oh, yeah, you got it too. You got the email. So pumped about that. So schedule them. We're gonna talk. If anybody else who is listening will be at the AIA convention, I would love to speak with you. Happy to have you on the podcast. I'm just gonna be doing 10 to 15 minute interviews, little segments that will fill in whenever like Al's gonna be gone for 3 weeks. So that'll be part of like this that kind of a series, an AIA series. And if you are also a listener and you ever want to be on just outside of the AIA, reach out to me. Reach out to Al. We would love to do a remote interview. There's a couple people that I reach out to from the AIA that are speakers or just pretty well known people that I reached out to see if they would be in Las Vegas to talk. And they weren't, but they said they would still like to be on. So I've got some remote ones scheduled that I haven't even told you about that we'll be doing over the summer.
It's perfect. So email lmc@f9productions.com or akg@f9productions.com or both.
Yep.
So from there, let's go and bring people in for A.R.E. Jeopardy. All right, question 1. According to Chapter 32 in the 2015 IBC, footings deeper than 8 feet can project past the street lot line by how many inches? A, 18 inches. B, 6 inches. C, 12 inches. D, 24 inches. What do you want, the questions? So, IBC 2015, Chapter 32. Footings that are deeper than 8 foot can project past the street lot line by how many inches? So, the front setback, the front lot line, how far can it go? 18 inches, 6 inches, 12 inches, or 24 inches?
What do we got, Al?
What do we got? We have A, C, D, C. It is C. 12 inches.
1 foot.
1 foot. Yep. So, if you get, tight buildings that are basically up close, that's what you can do. Number 2, same chapter, same IBC, same year. The vertical clearance from a public right-of-way to the lowest part of any awning shall not be less than A, 8 feet, B, 9 feet, C, 6 foot 8, D, 7 foot. You want the heights again? A, 8 foot, B, 9 foot, D, 6 foot 8. That was C, 6 foot 8, D, 7 foot. A, B. So those were all 8 foot and 9 foot. The answer is D, 7 foot. So it's kind of like egress, except for stairs. All right. We got a tie.
1-1?
Yep.
1-1. Number 3, a structural steel pile whose cross-section is H-shaped is known as A, structural pile, B, steel pile, C, H-pile, D, pile. Read it again. A structural steel pile whose cross-section is H-shaped is known as A, structural pile, B, steel pile, C, H pile, D, pile? We got a C, we got a B, we got a C, we got a C. The correct answer is C.
Ooh.
H pile. What do we got now?
So it's still tied, and then one coming back.
So 2-1, basically. 2-2-1. Okay. Number 4. Here we go. All the marbles. In seismic design, a structure which has no significant physical discontinuities in plan or vertical configuration or in its lateral force resisting system, regular structures exhibit more favorable and predictable seismic responses characteristics than irregular. What is this known as? A, seismic structure, B, irregular structure, C, perfect structure, D, square structure. I'll repeat it. In seismic design, a structure which has no significant physical discontinuities in plan or vertical configuration or in its lateral force resisting system is known as A, seismic structure, B, irregular structure, C, perfect structure, D, square structure.
I'm gonna guess. No. Okay.
What do we got? We got B, we got C, we got C, we got D. The correct answer is B.
Ooh, and he takes it for the win. Great
That's
job.
a winner. What do you got?
So all I have is that if you want to learn Revit, go look at RevitRocketship.com. It's where yours truly and Lance, I think, makes an appearance or not, can't remember, teaches you Revit. You get our template, our lift template, what we use to design residential structures in Revit, along with tutorials about how to do families. You get materials, you get a whole bunch of things in there, money back guaranteed. So go check that out, RevitRocketship.com.
All I got is make sure you find an actor in the 80s and watch the best 3 movies that they made. That's the advice for the day. Talk to you later.